Hi, Devin here, the Armchair Thrifter. Nice sharp pair of scissors here today to open up some more boxes. I'm sitting here with my partner in crime, Silent Jim. He's gonna help us open a few boxes tonight. We've got more stuff for our online store on Etsy called Meowster Designs. And we've got about 5 packages that we are going to open today. And as usual, I'll let you know where these are coming from, so you'll know where we're getting them from. Let's see, today's first package is coming from Granville, Michigan. And this one is not labeled fragile, but I'm guessing that it probably should have been. So let's see what we've got here. And hopefully it's not in small pieces of little bits of glass. All right. Let's see, and we've got some great recycled cardboard here. And this does seem to be something very interesting. I don't know. And for those of you that may be just joining us for the first time, my husband and I thrift from our house. We primarily buy thrifted items from online platforms all around the country, and we resell them on our Etsy store. And primarily we like little vintage and antique items, although we also do have quite a bit of art and other unusual things on our Etsy store. So this actually isn't breakable. I was mistaken. They did wrap it really well, but it looks like it's a piece of maybe bronze. Yeah, it feels like a very heavy metal thing. So this appears to be a vintage metal plated, maybe bronze or brass vase. And I do not see a maker's mark on it, but it is heavy. As y'all can see, it's kind of a shell pattern. It's in very good condition. It looks kind of, it's hard to tell when this might be from. When do you think this might have been from? He's Silent Jim, he can't say anything. What do you think, mid-century? Yes? No? Art Deco is what Silent Jim thinks. So you tell me what you think. Put comments on our link and let me know if you think this is Art Deco or maybe more 80s or 90s retro Art Deco. So that'll be going up on our store pretty soon. A very interesting piece of pottery there, or metal something. All right, let's see. This is coming from Hagerstown, Maryland, and it is labeled fragile. So let's see. Very interesting. Now this is what I get concerned about when you have an online national thrifting reseller who packages in bubble wrap but then puts the piece of glass in a Ziploc bag. I probably wouldn't have done that if I were them, but luckily it looks like it's still intact. So let's take a look and see. I think we're just lucky that this one didn't get broken. This looks like a piece of vintage or antique. Yeah, this is antique American Brilliant period cut glass. And the reason I know this is the real deal is it does have a watermark etching on it that says Eggington. I don't know if you can see that here, but it says Eggington. And so that is a legit, very old piece of crystal, American Brilliant period cut crystal. It has the sawtooth cuts on the lip. It looks like they are in very good condition. I don't see any chips. It's got the starburst pattern, beautiful etching on the edge here. And yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful piece of brilliant period cut glass. And it is unusual to always get the good marks. Like the marked pieces of AVP tend to be a little bit more valuable and collectible, but it's hard sometimes to find those marks on this glass. So this is a beautiful little piece, as y'all can see. That'll be going on our store as well pretty soon. Nice find. I give Silent Jim credit for that one. He finds all the good stuff. All right. This is a smaller little package coming from Colorado Springs, Colorado. We suspect this is maybe a little piece of jewelry. We also do have jewelry on our store. I tend to like to collect old silver and like Native American sterling pieces, Mexican Taxco silver, but we find all sorts of lovely pieces. Actually, this is a Taxco sterling silver bracelet that my husband found. So Silent Jim found this. They've put it in a little baggie here. Some of the more interesting Taxco pieces, if you can find them, are signed by one of the artists, and she signed her piece as Margot de Taxco. And she worked in Mexico for many years, very renowned silver jeweler. Her pieces are quite collectible. I've had a couple of her pieces in the past. One was actually a piece of my great aunt's that she had bought back in the 30s or 40s. That was like a little mermaid. It was a very cute little pin that I recently sold. This is a sterling silver and turquoise Taxco bracelet. And if I look at the signature on it, there should be a mark on here somewhere that does say Taxco. So on this, and you probably can't see that too well, you'll find these mark imprints that say Taxco or Mexico 925, and then usually it'll have like letters and numbers. If you find those, that actually indicates the artists who made the piece in the studio. This one is not a Margot de Taxco piece, but it is a lovely vintage piece of turquoise and sterling silver. So that one will also be going on our store pretty soon. So lovely little bracelet there. All right, another good find, Silent Jim. Excellent, excellent work. All right, and the last little box we have tonight. This is coming from, again, Hagerstown, Maryland. So you found some good pieces from Hagerstown. This is another piece of glass. We believe it does say glass on it, and it's got the fragile sticker, so at least they made effort to do that. Let's hope that they packed it pretty good though. So this one looks pretty well packed. This is bubble wrapped, 2 different pieces. So let's see, let me get the box down out of the way. And we'll take a look at this first one here. Got a better pair of scissors than I had last night, but they're still kind of tricky to unwrap sometimes. This looks like colored glass to me. There's some sort of, or maybe it's just the bubble wrap. There's like a green bubble wrap in here. So this is the first of 2 pieces in this box. We'll see what we have here. Sometimes I feel like a surgeon having to cut through layers of plastic. Okay. This is another piece of American Brilliant period cut glass. I will look to see if I can find a mark on it, but I'm guessing that there is not a mark. Again, a lot of these pieces just aren't marked. But this one does show a little sign of age, but again, that classic cut on the bottom with the sunburst pattern, classic sawtooth on the rim. A little bit of chipping and wear on this one, but not bad. But this is an unmarked ABP bowl. These were made anywhere from what, 1880s to 1910 or so. So you're looking at at least 150, 116-year-old piece of cut glass. Pretty amazing that they've survived all these years. Okay, and we'll open the other little piece we have here. And one thing I would encourage you to do if you're watching the video and say you have some understanding of old American Brilliant period cut glass or American pressed glass, if you have knowledge of that and you wish to comment and share what you know. I'd appreciate it because we're still learning an awful lot and enjoying a lot of these really beautiful pieces that we find. This is just the most beautiful little bowl. And so this is another ABP cut crystal little piece, and it is just, it's maybe hard to see on this video, but it's just like a little rainbow prism with all the lovely cuts in the crystal. And again, there's no mark that I can find on this one, but it is just stunning. So you can imagine how cute this would look on a little table or a little display, or maybe in a little entryway with your keys or just something, knickknacks in it, but just a beautiful, beautiful little piece of history. So this will also end up on our store soon, and we'll do a little research to see if we can figure out maybe where it's come from, who made it. Sometimes these patterns are rather distinct and you can figure out who's made them, but this one has a lovely sharp sawtooth. It has a couple little notches in it. That's just, again, age and wear. Somebody loved this piece, and now it'll get to find a new person to love it. So that's all I have to show for tonight. Thanks for joining us. We will have more boxes tomorrow. I think I have about 5 more in the back room that we'll need to pull out and go through. We're just playing a lot of catch up on getting inventory onto the store. If you're interested in seeing all of our items, please do go to Etsy and search Meowster Designs. That's MEOWSTER Designs. And thanks for joining me and Silent Jim, and we'll see you again in the future. Thank you. Bye.